What's up, nail fiends? Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day number 4 of my 12 days of Christmas series. And in today's video I'm going to show you guys one of the easiest ways to transform your nails from ugly little stubbies into some glamorous stilettos. So if you would like to see how I completed this look, then just keep on watching. So guys, diving right in with this festive transformation, and as you can see I am starting with fresh nails. I have done all of my cuticle and nail prep and refined the free edge, and I'm now ready to go ahead and start adding the extensions. So guys, like I said at the start of my video, this is going to be one of the easiest transformations that you've seen. The system I have chosen today is the Missu Flexi tips. This is basically their version of like the prey system, but I have to admit that this I found so much easier to work with, and I will share a few tips and tricks that I picked up along the way. But starting off, I am just now measuring out the nail tips. I have chosen the stiletto shape, but they do offer a couple of variations. So I'm basically just making sure these tips fit my natural nail from sidewall to sidewall and there is no gaps whatsoever. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that with all of the nails. So before we apply these to the nails, you're going to have to prep the actual tips. So to do that, I'm going to be using my e-file, but you can use a hand file. It will be a little bit more difficult to get into the actual tip, but it can be done. And you're going to want to set your speed to a very low speed. And then all I'm doing here is using that sanding band to basically etch the inside of that tip. And then at the contact area, I'm also just thinning it out slightly. And the reason that you're going to want to do this is just to make sure you have better adhesion of these tips to your natural nail. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that to all of those nails, and then I will use my dusting brush just to remove any of that excess dust before I go on with the next step. So now that we have prepped the tips, it's time to start prepping our natural nails. Now this step is completely optional. It does not state on the website that you have to dehydrate and prime the nails. That's just a step that I personally like to take, simply so I get the most out of whatever extensions that I'm using and I don't need to worry about lifting. So I've gone in with the Cuccio Pro dehydrator and then followed up with their acid primer. Then the next step is to go ahead and apply a thin layer of your chosen base coat. Since I'm using the Flexi tip system, I went with the Missu Basecoat. So I'm applying, like I said, a thin layer of this to all of the nails, and then I will pop that into my LED light to cure those nails for 30 seconds. Then the next step is to go ahead and apply a layer of the strengthener to your natural nail. You want to apply this in a very thin coat. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that to all of the nails and then pop them back into the LED light for 60 seconds this time. So where I think that this Missu Flexi press-on tip sort of system differs from the Prey one is with the Prey Extend Gel, I find it to be a little bit thick, but this strengthener has the same consistency as a base coat or a top coat, so it's very like that liquid gel consistency. So it's super easy to apply, and I found that the same amount of product that you would use to apply your regular base coat is enough product to secure the tips to the nail. So you just saw there that I used basically the product that was on my brush. I first brushed on a thin layer onto the tip, and then I just went ahead and sort of like added the rest to the top of the nail, and then I just firmly pressed them onto my nails, held that in place, and then I'm going to go ahead and flash cure that just so I could go ahead with the rest. And here you could see me just repeat that process. So I brush a thin layer onto that tip and then use the remainder of that gel, brush it back onto the top of the tip, and then just push them down, flash cure them in place, and then I will go ahead and move on to the next nail. Super easy to apply, minimal fuss whatsoever, and I was honestly done in about 15 minutes applying these all to my nails myself. I was even curing them myself and I had no problems at all. And I do really struggle to apply the Prey system without getting bubbles, but as you could see here, I had no issues with bubbles whatsoever and they applied really nicely. So here is what the nails look like when I have gone ahead and applied them to all of the nails. So what I'm going to do now is flip my hand over and apply a little bit of that nail strengthener underneath that nail for a little bit extra durability, and then I will go ahead and just cure that once again for 60 seconds. And guys, that is literally it. That's all you have to do. I was absolutely blown away with how easy this system was to work with, so it definitely gets a thumbs up from me. So back onto the nails, guys, and I've gone ahead and buffed the surface of the nails. Again, that step is completely optional, but it's something that I prefer to do anyway. And I'm now going in with the first of my gel colours. So this is Premier Gel number 222, and it's an absolutely gorgeous greeny teal sort of colour. It is beautiful. First time I've actually used it. So I'm going ahead and applying 2 coats of this, making sure my cuticles are free from any gel before I pop that into my LED light. And I'm going to be applying this gel to the pointer finger, the ring finger, and also the thumb. Then for my pinky, I'm going to be using number 03 Blitzin, which is from the Christmas collection from Missu Gel. So this is a really beautiful sort of like antique gold. It is absolutely gorgeous. So I'm going to be applying 2 coats of this to the nail, curing in between for 30 seconds. Then for the middle finger, which is going to be my Christmas bauble nail, I'm applying 2 coats of Missu's number 02 from their lace collection. This is a really, really beautiful milky white colour. So I'm going to go ahead and apply 2 coats of this, again, curing each for 30 seconds in between. And then onto that nail, I'm going to go ahead and apply a layer of Glitterarty's No Wipe Gel Top Coat. And then once I have gone ahead and cured that top coat, I'm going to be burnishing in this mermaid powder from Gelix. This is absolutely gorgeous. Again, the first time that I've used it, I found like a whole set at the bottom of my drawer, and I am in freaking love with it. So I just went ahead and applied that to the nail and then brushed off any excess. And then I'm again going to go in and top coat to protect my glitter with a layer of Glitterarty's No Wipe Gel Top Coat. So still on the middle nail, I'm now going to go ahead and start working on my little Christmas bauble. So I'm using number 02 Vixen, which is also part of Missu's Christmas collection. This is an absolutely beautiful sort of like antique gold colour as well. But this one is a lot more of a finer milled glitter, and it has little pieces of rose gold in there as well. It's absolutely gorgeous and perfect for the Christmas season. So I'm going to be doing the shape of my bauble with this. When I'm happy with the shape, I go ahead and add more gel to build up the opacity. Then once I've cured that layer, I'm going in with Blitzin again, which is that same glitter that I used on my pinky nail, and I'm just sparingly adding this to the inside of my Christmas bauble, and this is just going to act as a little bit of camouflage in case any of my caviar beads have little gaps, just so you don't see the actual base colour through the bauble. And then once again, I fully cured that nail, and I did that for a double cure for 60 seconds just to make sure all of that glitter was completely sealed in. And then I'm going in with a crap ton of bling. So I'm first using the Missu jewellery gel here, and I'm applying this to the centre of my bauble. And then I'm going in with some Swarovski crystals. First up, this gorgeous green colour here is called Pacific Opal, and it's one of my absolute favourites. And then the darker green is called Emerald, and I'm basically adding just a couple of these. I think I went in with 2 of each colour, and then I also went in with a little peach one in the centre as well. And then I am going to be completely covering this whole bauble with a sort of like rosy gold colour caviar beads. And then for actually applying the caviar beads, I first went in with my crystal katana, and I decided that it wasn't picking up enough of those beads. So I switched over to the same brush that I used to apply my Missu gel, and it kind of still had like a really sticky sort of surface. So it really helped me pick up more caviar beads and place them. And then it sort of acted as extra glue as well. So it was really handy, and I definitely wish I had have went with that first, because it took me freaking forever to apply just a few of them. So yeah, I'm basically going ahead and applying this to the whole entire nail, and then again I pop them into my LED light for 60 seconds. So of course guys, if you wanted a more 3D looking bauble or a more dome shaped bauble, you could definitely go ahead and fully encapsulate this whole entire nail with some clear gel. Me personally, I like the more textured feel that it gave. I absolutely love how it turned out, so I just decided to leave the crystals and the caviar beads as they were. So next up guys, I'm going to be doing a little bow for this design. I have completely no idea what happened to the footage, but I have only got a little bit in it, so I'm going to explain roughly what I did. So as you can see here, I'm going in with number 222 again from Premier Gel, which is the same polish I use to paint the most of my nails. I'm basically just going ahead and etching out the shape of a bow, which kind of looks like some odd looking sunglasses. I filled in that whole bow with that gel, and then I mixed up some of that green gel with a little bit of black gel paint just to add a little bit of shadow into the bow, and then I switched over to a white gel paint to add some detail into the bow as well. And here is an update on the nail design once I have applied all of my bling to my bauble nail, and I really do love how it turned out. So as you can see, for the thumbnail, I have gone ahead and just added some of that same glitter polish that I used on my pinky to that nail as well. And now guys, we move on to the nail art for the pointer nail. So I just zoomed you guys in so you can see exactly what I'm doing here. So I'm using CJP's white gel paint and a really tiny Rubelov detail brush. And I'm going to be doing a sort of like festive swirly design here, and I'm going to be sugaring it as well. So what I did was go ahead and create the shape that I wanted with my initial coat. So as you can see here, there is absolutely no rhyme or reason to it. I just basically went in and added some swirly designs, and I did 3 different stripes going down that nail. And as you can see, it's absolutely super easy. Anybody could do it. Definitely beginner proof. You don't have to keep the shapes the same. They don't have to match. All you have to do is add sort of like ribbon-like stripes going down that nail. You could add as many or as little as you want. I decided to go ahead and basically add 3 and space them out, so it was basically like a full cover sort of nail art design. And then with that first layer, I'm going to go ahead and pop that into my LED light for 60 seconds and fully cure that part of the design. And then I'm going to go ahead and take the same gel paint and add a second layer, but with the second layer, I'm not going to cure it. And I basically just took this opportunity to make sure I was happy with the shape of my lines. You can see here that I'm sort of adding a little bit more, refining the shape and basically just fixing it how I wanted. And that's a perfect opportunity to do it with your second coat. So again, you don't have to worry if you haven't got everything done in the first go. So onto that wet gel guys, I'm going in with Glitterarty Nails Glare Flare. I absolutely freaking love this. It is so beautiful. It's an iridescent white glitter that has a really beautiful gold shift, so I thought it would match perfectly with this design. So as you saw there, I fully cured that nail for 60 seconds, and then I'm going to go ahead and brush off any of that excess glitter. So guys, to tie this nail in with the rest of my design, I've switched over again to Vixen 02 from Missu Gel, and I'm going to be adding a little stripe in between each of those sort of white ones. Again, another completely optional step. You could go with the more candy cane look as well, but I just wanted to add a little bit more extra detail in. So now we're on to the ring finger, and I'm again using that CJP white gel paint and my little detail brush here, and I'm going to be creating a snowflake. So this snowflake is really not intricate at all because I am going to be adding bling and stuff like that. So I basically just want this to act as the base for what I'm going to be putting on top. So I first started by creating a circle in the middle, and then off of that circle I went ahead and added a sort of like cross shape coming from each of those, and then in between those lines I again went ahead and added some more lines, so we sort of have like an odd looking star here. And then I'm going back in with my little detail brush again, and I'm going to be creating a sort of V shape coming off of each of those lines. Again, super simple snowflake, really minimal fuss. There is so many ways that you could like jazz it up, but I just wanted a simple one to act as the base for my bling. And then at the bottom of the nail, I went ahead and added a sort of like a cross shape, but it's going to be, again, adding a little bit of bling. So it's just a little bit of a base. So I'm adding some snowdrops, going around that nail. I don't want too many because I want the focus to be solely on the snowflake, but I'm just filling up the nail with some tiny little dots, and then I'm going to fully cure that. And now for the exciting part, I'm going to be using the Glitter Planet's rose gold foil, and I'm using that sort of antique gold one right at the very top. I'm cutting out my chosen shape. I want to make sure that it completely covers my snowflake. Then I'm going to go in with some gel cleanser and just remove the sort of like backing, and it just makes the foil apply to the transfer foil so much easier. Then using Glitter Planet's foilmate, which is their foil gel, I'm going to be applying a little bit of this to my paint palette. And again, using my fine detail brush, I'm going to go ahead and trace the shape of my snowflake, and that goes into my LED light again for 60 seconds. And after watching so many different videos and reading up about it, asking on the Glitter Planet website and things like that, they basically said that the best way to apply this gel is to add it to your nail, cure it for 60 seconds, and when you remove it from the light, leave it to cool down for just a couple of seconds, and then apply your transfer foil. So if you're struggling with your foils, definitely go ahead and remove the backing with some gel cleanser and give your foil glue or your foil gel time to cool down before you apply your foils. And again, it worked like an absolute charm for me, so I followed those steps and they definitely did improve how it worked. And then once I had gone ahead and applied that foil to my nail, it doesn't have to be entirely perfect, but I did want to make sure I had enough of that foil on my nail that you could actually see it through my design. So yeah, I went ahead and applied some no wipe gel top coat to that nail, and then I went in with my bling. So once again, I'm applying that Missu jewellery gel, and I am basically outlining where I want to put my bling, and then I'm going to go over the top of that with my no wipe gel top coat, so I don't have to wipe away sticky layers or anything like that once I've cured my bling. And then over the top of that wet gel, I'm first going in right in the centre with one of those Pacific opal Swarovski crystals, and then I'm surrounding that crystal with some of those same peach ones that I used in my Christmas bauble nail. And then once I was happy with the positioning of all of my bling, I popped that into my LED light for a full cure, and now I'm going to go ahead and add again a no wipe top coat to all of those nails, and again cure them for another 60 seconds. And as you can see, guys, I have gone ahead and added a little bit of bling to the thumbnail and also the pinky nail using the same crystals that I have used in the rest of my design. Again, just so the whole design is cohesive and all ties together. And then, as always, guys, my last and final steps in my sort of nail transformation is to go ahead and wash my hands with some warm water and soap. Now I'm going in with my favourite hand cream, which, as you guys know, is Soap and Glory's Hand Food. So I'm applying this to all of the nails, really working that into the skin. And then I'm going to follow up with some cuticle oil. And the cuticle oil that I'm using today is by Flo's Nails. She kindly sent me one to try out. I absolutely love it, so I will go ahead and leave her Instagram link down below so you guys could check her out as well. This oil has things like vitamin E oils, tea tree oils. It also has jojoba oils. And guys, I am absolutely loving it. It is definitely helping me at the moment with these winter blues and keeping my dry ass cuticles in check. And finally guys, that is us reached the end of this nail design, and this is what the finished set looks like once everything is done. And I'm not even kidding when I say this guys, I was literally done this whole design including the nail art and everything else in under an hour. It usually takes me 2 to 3 hours to do my nails, so I absolutely loved the system that I was using today. I definitely think that the flexi tips are the way to go. They are absolutely beautiful and I love the shape of them as well. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of the system in the comment section below. And as always guys, to finish off today's video, if you did enjoy my festive nail transformation from stubby to glam, then definitely give me a thumbs up, I would totally appreciate it. And if you're new to my channel and you haven't already, don't forget to click that subscribe button and hit that notifications bell to be updated anytime I upload a new video. And if you guys don't mind, give this video a little like and a share, it helps me greatly with my channel, and as always, I appreciate your support. And to my lovely returning subscribers, you guys know the drill, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me today and I will see you in the next one. Bye.